Hi, my name is Jill Pischke, and my content area is high school agriculture education. For the purpose of this assignment, I am sharing a worksheet exercise on conserving bumblebees and sharing some strategies that I would use as I go about reading the material for this exercise. The first thing I do to ensure that I'm going to understand what I'm reading is I immediately start to look for the purpose of the assignment. So I start by asking questions of what it is that they want me to learn. What is it they think is important for me to understand from the content that I am reading? And so I will often, before I begin to read, will scan through a document or a book or what have you, and look for things that are in bold. Those tend to be, I guess, important bullets, important things that you need to be looking for or focusing on as you read. So immediately I see the value of pollinators, and then as I scroll down, I start to see, I then see the problem pollinators in peril. From here, my mind starts going in another direction of asking the questions of why are bees in peril? What kind of problems are associated with bees? And why is that something I need to know? So as I read, I'm going to be looking for the answers of these questions, which will engage my active learning because I'm seeking out the answers to the questions I already have of the material. So to begin, insects are responsible for the pollination of approximately 80% of all flowering plants, including both wild plants and agricultural crops. With an adequate pollination, plants produce fruits, nuts, and berries, which are consumed by humans and other animals. Proper pollination also produces seed, allowing for plant reproduction in the wild and continued agricultural crop propagation. So immediately in the first paragraph, I start to make connections to the material, and I'm also finding purpose. My connections are that I see that in order to get food, we need plants. And in order to have plants, we need pollination. And so that brings in the bees and the need and their purpose of pollinating. And so I start to see all these connections and how it affects me, and I start to find the relevance of the material and how it relates to me. And then I start to connect to the material and start finding the value and the purpose within it. So continuing on to the next paragraph, according to Cornell University study, honeybees and other important pollinators in the U.S. contribute an estimated $29 billion annually in farm income. Now, immediately in this paragraph, I start to see important facts presented. And whenever I come across and have read through important facts, I often go back and reread that information to make sure that I have fully understood the scope of those facts. And I will often either highlight if I'm able to or underline those facts so that I can refer back to them as I read through and continue to associate those facts with my material, and I guess bringing a deeper meaning or continued learning or meaning to the content I'm reading and associating it with that. As I go on and read this paragraph, bumblebees exhibit a unique behavior known as buzz pollination, in which the bee hangs upside down on a flower and vibrates her wing muscles, causing the release of large amounts of pollen. With this statement, I try to use strategies as visualizing what it is they're actually doing. And as I visualize, it starts to, I guess, bring more understanding and learning to the whole concept behind it. So that is another strategy that I use. So I hope these strategies will help as you continue on through the reading.